Well, good morning. Today we're going hunting Pokemon. And I don't know if you can see the screen here. I'm loading it up right now. So we are going to head out from home. We're going to go out for breakfast. We're going to go to this little place called 2 Minutes. And it's a great little spot. Everybody goes there. It's cheap, it's fast, and they have not enough tables for everybody, so you end up sitting with other people. Kind of cool. So we're going to go out and hunting some Pokemon today, and if you haven't seen the game before, you're going to be able to get to see it a little bit here. It is quite an interesting game. It's the first foray into augmented reality that I would say is mainstream, and so I got mine here. It's you know, no Pokemon yet. I'm level 6. We'll see where we end up at the end of the day. And we're gonna go catch Pokemon along the way. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how to catch Pokemon. This is one right here. He's just behind us on the road here. Click on him, and oh, he's down here in my dashboard. That's not how you catch him. I'm doing this one-handed. You gotta forgive me, folks. There we go. Got him. So, you know, it's kind of simple. Well, and you shouldn't be doing this while driving. Did I mention I'm driving?
But you pulled over.
I did pull over, yes.
So you don't do it while you're driving.
Yeah. So we're heading through neighborhoods here. Just looking at places we've actually never seen before. And, you know, it's kind of cool. It's one way to discover the neighborhoods. And, but finding that we're starting to run low on the Pokemon balls. So we're gonna have to go find some Pokestops to get some more of them. And otherwise I think we're gonna run out, which seems to me would make it so that you'd end up being a little bit more selective about what Pokemons you go for at some point, especially if there's a limitation on how many balls you've got. So I'm figuring out here that in denser areas there's a lot more of the Pokestops and other stuff. But out in the rural areas, we have to drive around. But when you get into town, it's really easy to walk around. Yeah, but definitely noticing that we have to drive a lot whenever we're out. So, question. How much gas are people using, driving around in their cars, getting all these Pokemons? Like, you know, you think that I've been playing the game for free, but really, have I? How many miles have I driven to, you know, get these Pokemon? There is a cost to the game, you know, and how long until we see those freeway signs that say don't text and drive? When are we going to see the first one that says don't Pokemon and drive? It's coming. You know, you got to be careful out here because this game might cause you to walk. We're out here at the park hunting Pokestops with sparklies. Gonna find out what that means. So wifey makes this noise to the ducks. And the ducks all come over here thinking, oh, we're gonna get fed.
Even
And then,
squirrel.
yeah, oh, look at that. It's a wild poke squirrel. And PokaDucks. Oh my. So, we're meeting other people out here, which is really cool. There's a guy over here, he's probably gotta be over 400 pounds. And he's out here sweating up a storm, running around, catching Pokemon. He's brought his cooler with him with like bottles of water and stuff. Just so cool. That's one of the really neat things about this, is that it encourages people to get out and get a little bit of exercise. I mean, we've walked around to the whole lake here, so you know, it you know, involves exercise, and we've been meeting people.
It's probably about a mile around.
You know, and I've been thinking that I was going to be the old fart. This one out here, I've seen people older than me out here catching Pokemon. So we made it back home. It's been about 3 hours out. And I had a completely full battery, and I'm now down to about 25%. Just 3 hours, and this is a Nexus 6 or whatever, Google phone. Has good battery life. It's one of the things that's really nice about it. It's a really good battery life. Lisa's phone, she's having to charge it all the time, and in fact hers was overheating. But we are in Florida, and we're out standing in the sun, you know, holding our phones out there. So the only thing left to figure out is how much data we used, and so I'm waiting for us to be able to read that on our cell plan's website. And because that could make a big difference on you know how much you do on this stuff and everything, especially if you don't have a big data plan. So overall, though, gets you out, gets you exercise. We walked a mile and a half today, somewhere around there. You know, we had a good time going out. We met probably about 10 other people that were playing the game, and not a single one of them were kids. It's kind of funny. All of them were adults. And so overall, it's really good, but we'll find out the data, and that'll be kind of a determining factor. I hope it's low. And guess what? It continues. So it seems that I'm learning about how to hatch eggs. And what you have to do is you have to actually walk, which is kind of a cool thing. I mean, so 2 kilometers is the lowest one I have, 10 kilometers is the highest one I have. And so now I guess got to try and walk 2 kilometers or whatever, hatch one of these eggs. And what better way than to go to the mall, because I think there'll probably be a lot of activity at the mall. By the way, did you see that video about Central Park and that rare spawn that was there, and how everybody went ape shit over it and like trampled each other just to get their shit? Amazing. All for Pokemon. Okay, so I have the final numbers. So I had to wait till the next day to be able to see them on our internet or our cell phone plan. And so between Lisa and I, one of us used 37 megabytes and the other one 45. Now, this is not a whole lot, but considering that that I can play like Eve for 8 or 10 hours in a day and use maybe 10 or 12 megabytes total, you know, 37 to 45 megabytes, that's quite a bit more. Now, I guess that probably relaying GPS information all the time and some other stuff that's not involved when you're sitting playing your computer probably accounts for a lot of that. There's no breakdown on it other than it just says data. So it doesn't, it just sees it as an application data. So, you know, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. We could spend probably an entire day out and be less than 100 megabytes each. And most people's data plans probably have plenty to account for that. But it's good to know. So anyway, overall, thumbs up for Pokemon Go. You gotta give it to them. They've done a great thing with it.